This is InfoFrag, and being a cashier sucks.
So this week we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about, we've all had a little bit of experience in
Behind the register.
some kind of customer service job, and we're just going to talk about some things that drove us nuts as you know, being in those jobs, just things that people do, and I don't understand. So I'm just going to go right off the bat to explain my face. I used to work at a generic fast food restaurant.
Insert name here.
And yeah, you know, it doesn't really matter. This happens at literally everything. I don't understand what when people walk up to the counter at a fast food restaurant, they're all of a sudden blind and really confused. Like, literally every single person walks up and you're like, "Hi, how can I help you?" And they're just like,
Well, they have to look at the thing. Or they come up and they don't know what they want.
And you're like, the menu has been the same for the past, 30 years. So...
You get a sandwich.
Hey, what's on the cheeseburger?
Is there cheese?
Is the cheeseburger shaped like a cheese? Yeah, I never got that. I don't know what about ordering makes everyone look really constipated and they just blank out. They have no idea.
The bathroom is over there.
Yeah, right.
You should have done that.
Then what?
Like someone walks up, they go,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, sorry, the bathroom is over there."
Oh, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What if they were like, "Oh, thank you."
Thank God. That's what I was waiting
gonna poop
for.
right
Thank
here.
you. I was actually pooping myself until you told me that I have to go.
I've heard this story from someone. I don't know if you've had this happen at your place of work. His is a fast food style establishment. There's this person, this customer, a regular, that came in and would take napkins and he would draw food on the napkins and then he would eat the napkins. I mean, I give him kudos for imagination.
You know what's really funny?
It's so good.
I'm pretty sure that did happen.
Really?
You surprised me. There's a lot of nuts out there. There's this dude who used to come in, and there was nothing wrong with the guy, but it was one of those confusing things where you look at it and you're like, this dude would come in every day at the same time. He would order a iced coffee, and he would go sit in the lobby, not even facing the TV, just in the lobby by himself, He would drink his iced coffee, and then he would sit there for about 2 hours.
Not doing anything.
Doing anything. And then he would get up, and he would leave. And this happened literally every day. And I mean, okay. That's not something that bothered me. I was just like, what are you doing out there? I don't get it. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe he wanted you to go up and talk to him.
Maybe he wanted to date me.
I do.
He was shy.
I do, so I don't know why he wouldn't.
That's a good point.
I mean,
I don't know why everybody.
See, there are some regular customers though that may be crazy, but they're also kind of not too bad. I don't know if you've had that as well. Like, hey, you're really weird, but I kind of like you. You kind of make this interesting. And then you make the day go by quicker.
And then there's ones that, going back to generic fast food restaurant, there was this lady who, people who, and I'm sure you guys have experienced this, where you'll be having some kind of deal or special, and they just don't get it. Like, they say, for example, you can buy this sandwich for normal price, and you get the next sandwich for $0.25. So you buy the first one, you get the next one for $0.25, then the next one is normal price, then the next one's $0.25, and so on. So I had this lady come up to me and argue with me for a solid half hour about why I charged her for a normal price for 2 of her sandwiches instead of getting 2 of them for $0.25 after the first one. And it literally got to the point where her whole family was yelling at her saying, "No, you're wrong." And she's just staring at her receipt and she's like, "I don't get it." And as she left, she was literally like, "Screw this place. I'm never coming back here again. This is disgusting."
There's people that get really confused when you have buy 2, get 1 free. They're like, does that mean I just buy 2? And I get one of them free. No, it's like why? Because if it's buy 1 get 1 free, it's not just free. Like, come on.
I used to work in a generic drugstore, and we had people who come up all the time, come up to my register, and they would put down 30 items and say they only wanted. They're like, okay, I want this item, I want this item, and I want this. The rest of them, I don't want. And I'm like,
You can put them back.
I was like, I gotta put that back. It's like I don't tell
what they
tell
want.
that to him,
That's
but I'm
what they
like,
want.
why would you do that? It's
See,
like you could have just.
They know that you have to put it back.
I know that got me furious. They got me so mad. I also used to work in a photo department, and do you know the canvas style prints? Mm-hmm. So they like wrap around like a wooden border.
Wooden frame. Yeah.
Yeah. So her picture, she wanted this guy who was all the way to the left of the picture in the center, and I was like, that isn't gonna work. I was like, especially if you want it on a canvas print, he's gonna wrap around the side. She's like, I don't get it. I was like, okay, look at your picture. When you upload this to the kiosk, it's going to print just like this. You can't have him in the middle because there's nothing on the other side. And she's like,
you could Photoshop him in the middle. I mean, if you had that.
Well, yeah, no,
ability,
we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So she's like, no, I don't want him to wrap around the side. I want him in the front. I was like,
so you could just have.
I was like, I know, but you can't. And she's like, I want to talk to a photo specialist. I worked there for a year in photo, and I just didn't have my name on the wall as a photo specialist, and I was like, I am.
It's like, yeah, really? I want to talk to someone smart.
Oh.
No, you can have the white canvas, and then you can have the picture. So he'd be in the middle, but the picture would just be off.
That would look
like
awful.
a lot.
That would look really bad.
He's in the
Also, the picture was like a 2x2, and she wanted like a 16x16.
Like taken on her phone.
Like or I don't know what it. No, it was like this big. It was like this big back in when they printed those out back in like the 70s or whatever. Yeah, the thumbnails. And she was like, "No, I want this blown up." I was like, "It's gonna be really blurry." She's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Do you know anything about photography? It's gonna be really blurry." It's not gonna be blurry. I did this like a month ago with one of the other employees, and I was like, "You didn't," because it's gonna be blurry.
You know what I hate?
Oh, you're a liar.
When people can't read the signs when it says this register is closed, they just come right up and
I hate that,
I was setting out magazines. These are my magazine boxes, and
I thought
the
you were gonna
whole
say those are
register.
your magazines.
These are my magazines.
They're bulky.
The whole
Really bulky magazines.
The whole register was covered in magazine boxes. I was in. There's 3 registers. I was in the middle one. And this guy comes up to the one with all the magazine boxes on it, and he puts his stuff on the top, and stands there looking like he's ready for me to check him out. Like, what the heck? Like, go to the other register.
How about this one? I had a lady come up, and she'd put down like 30 items and ask me how much they are. And I'm like
every single one.
Yeah. And I'm like, there's a price tag right underneath it. I was like, if you just like, hey, shampoo, $3.99. Okay, I don't want to spend $3.99, so I'm not going to take it. Or, I want all this stuff so I can go to the poor kid at the cashier and say, how much is this? And I'm like, it's $3.99. Oh, I don't want it. Okay, next item, 98 cents. Oh, no, that's 50 cents too much.
Excuse me, sir, how much is this?
$2.99.
I don't want it. How much is this? How much is this?
Beep.
Just lose your job immediately.
$3.99.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You should have thrown that.
No, never mind. I don't want it. I don't want it. Wait, I don't want it.
Have you ever?
Wait.
All right. There was another thing where I had the pleasure of working as a telemarketer for 2 years.
That
Holy
is
crap.
great.
Let me tell you how big, like, everyone is. When they can't see your face, man, it's the same thing with gaming. When people can't see your face, they are all the worst human beings on the planet.
Yep.
They're like, yeah, I can't see this kid, so I'm just going to be the most ignorant ass I can possibly be. Like, period.
It's like the internet.
Yeah, exactly. It's just something about being, even though I have their name and address right in front of my face,
you can swat them.
And I could have swatted them, but I didn't think about that.
Mr. John Smith,
on the way.
Why are you acting like this to me?
The cops will be there momentarily.
It's just, and I get, like, there's that negative stigma attached to telemarketers, but regardless, like,
well, you're an awful person even for doing that job. So
nah, it wasn't. It really wasn't that bad, and it wasn't like any kind of. It wasn't anything shady or stupid, but like it was totally legit. But it's just amazing to me. It was a vacation company. I wasn't actually selling anything personally, but anyway.
Sounds shady to me.
Yeah, okay, I can't go into details because I don't want to just Shut up.
You dealt drugs, didn't you?
I dealt drugs.
You dealt drugs.
I called people's houses and I was like, "You want crack?"
Yeah, I want
crack. Give me the
You want a free vacation?
Give me the crack.
Free vacation
And
to
by vacation, I mean cocaine.
to
They're like, "Oh, I don't want vacation, but I love cocaine."
I love cocaine.
Yeah.
you too.
Give me 5 cocaine.
Yeah, I just think it's amazing. Like the fact that just openly acting like that to anybody that you've just started speaking
talking
to.
to.
It's like if you went up to someone on the street and someone's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" You're like, "I hate you, burn in hell," and you punch them in the throat. Like it's just terrible. You don't
That's
do
what
that.
telemarketing
you know?
is.
That's what telemarketing is. Telemarketing 101.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of InfoFrag, where we just talk about cashier stuff and apparently telemarketing.
Yeah, we'll catch you later.